there's a lot of things that I really, really liked. Shooting 56% for the game, but I don't like the fact that they shot 50. We had 26 turnovers on 37 baskets. That's pretty good, but we had 17 turnovers. But we caught them at a time where they told Braxton Beverly we're the best thing in the world for him. Every time he sees us, he makes every shot. But they had a really difficult time in the game Saturday. It's hard to bounce back from that, but I thought Kevin had his team ready. They were enthused in the whole bit, and we just got a stretch right at the end of the first half that we made a bunch of shots, and then all of a sudden we were running it up and down and getting real good shots. But I was pleased with what our guys did. Their pressure tends to make you stand around and dribble the ball, and the other four guys watch what that one ball handler's doing. So we didn't do a very good job of that, but their pressure is good pressure. And for us, you look down and we got 5 guys in double figures, and Luke with 31 and 12, and Kobe 21. But for us, again, everybody's got to be playing close to their potential if we want to be really good. And I thought in the second half their pressure hurt us, and then we started making some silly plays. But feel good about it. 41-27 on the backboards, but it's misleading because we just got them 21-18 in points on second shots. But all in all, we did some real good things and got a home win, and got a little stretch here. We get to play a couple of games at home, and we got to play every single night and see what the heck happens.
Last Tuesday night in Atlanta, you said no one had ever seen Luke play as poorly as he did. Was tonight the best performance he's had this season?
I was going to say no, because I thought you was getting ready to say the best performance of his life, because last year he had some look like freaking Superman out there. But tonight was good. He took 2 terrible shots in a row, missed both of them, so if you take those away, he'd be 10 for 13. But he was really good, and he was the only guy that was rebounding for a while. He got every rebound, and if he didn't get it, North Carolina State got it. But very pleased for him, except for his 4 turnovers.
Steve was just telling us that Luke averages 29 points, 13 rebounds against State. What do you think it is reason he plays so well against them?
If I knew that, I'd get him to do that against everybody. But it's play golf. It's courses for horses, horses for courses. So maybe it's something like that. He's a hard matchup because he's a guy who can score inside. He's a guy who's a good rebounder, but he also can shoot the ball. He can go right or he can go left. He's a good player and a hard matchup for a lot of guys. He was very focused, I thought, today during pregame. In shoot-around. I thought he'd play really well tonight.
Garrison gave you a pretty strong line tonight, 8 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. How much better are you when he's playing like that? And he seems to be doing it on a consistent basis now.
Well, we just need to get him to stop fouling. He spends a lot of time sitting over with me in the first half. And, fouling a guy on a free throw on the first shot of a 2-shot foul is not the smartest thing I've ever looked at. And if he could stop doing things like that, he'd get to play more minutes too. But no, you go back to what I said earlier in the season, he's dependable. We can count on him to be in the right spot, and I think his defense on the screen on the ball was extremely important to us this game, just like it was over there.
The 6 assists are a career high for Garrison.
Kobe had 5 turnovers over there the first time we played them. How far has he come in the past few weeks, and just how far?
I was trying to see what he had tonight.
2.
4-2. He's getting better. He made a really beautiful pass, little bounce pass to Luke in the middle of a crowd, and he had a silly one throwing it out of bounds in the first half down on the far end. But I think he's getting better and better, and he's a better shooter than 6 for 16 and 2 for 5. But he's still a freshman academically, but the time you've played 22 games, you're more experienced, so I expect him to keep getting better.
Coach, you mentioned the 41-27 rebounding advantage tonight. Did you feel like your team outworked State?
No, I'm not going to say that. Looking tape, I thought if I'm watching it, I'm going to say they played much harder. If Kevin watches it, he's going to say that we played much harder. But I think that we got some fortunate bounces for us late in the first half. Early in the second half, we made some shots, and all of a sudden it goes from, what was it? Oh, I was mad at halftime at 16 because we gave them 4 straight rebound opportunities to get a 3 at the end. But, no, I think that I would not say that about them.
Was it too soon to tell, or was the Louisville loss a good thing?
I'm one of those guys, I don't believe you need to lose to have good things happen. We could have played crappy and won on a 55-foot shot, and I'd have been much happier. But I think it did one very positive thing. That's the last time we've had crappy practices the day before or 2 days before. game. And since then, the preparation and focus and practice immediately before a game has been really good.
Anybody else?
Roy, every season kind of there's an evolution, and a team obviously can get better during the season. But have you had is there a comparable team that you've had that it almost kind of seems like the light switch is flipped on for this team?
It's I was really pleased with what we did in the first half, except for a couple of plays. And then the last one, we gave them 4 shots. But and then in the second half, we acted like none of you guys are old enough to know the Keystone Cops routine. We're throwing the sucker everywhere. And people sitting on the front row had to pay attention because we were throwing the ball in their direction. But I think we are getting better defensively. We're paying better attention to the rebound, to the backboards. What did we shoot from 3?
8 of 21.
Yeah, it's still went up. So we had 2 in the second half. Seemed like we had 4 or 5, so it'd be 3. My math is a little better than that. But I think we're getting better, but I don't know that I would say I'd compare them to anybody else right now. But I had the same kind of question in the press conference yesterday. I really don't ever look and say, okay, this is where I want to be right now, or this is where we were, to answer your question, after 22 games, 10 years ago. And I have a really good memory about junk like that. But I do try to go to practice every day and get better. And I told them last thing I said, we'll have clips pulled from this game, and there'll be a lot of negative clips because we've got to get better. And that's corny as all get out, but that's what I focus on every single day.